Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Uh, Today we are going to learn about plotting LT parameters using Python. So this is our data file, exported data. It has all the layer 3 parameters recorded from our drive test. So we are going to use this data. We are going to use pandas to import the data frame.
We are importing the data successfully. But the problem here is there is a lot of data is contained.
Our data is imported. We can use pandas methods to check the data frame. We are going to check our CQI column. So we can see there are a lot of nan values which are empty values. So we are going to drop those empty values. So this is the method we are going to use. We are going to use np.nan to remove those empty values. And then we have a lot of duplicate values. We are going to drop those duplicate values also from the column of positioning longitude.
So we are going to drop those duplicate values. So for actual data file, we are taking in CQI.
Now we have created a list of CQI parameters using LT CQI column from a data frame. We are also going to create list of latitude and longitude from the columns in a data frame.
Next
We are going to add the color condition. For CQI value 0 to 7, we are going to color code the samples to red, and for CQI values between 7 to 15, we are going to color code the samples as green. CQI ranges from 0 to 15. So we are going to use numpy.var method, which returns an array depending upon the condition.
less than 7. If it is less than 7, then we are going to color code it as red. And if it is more than 7, higher to 15, if it is between 7 to 15, then we are going to color it as green.
Okay, next we are going to plot the data on a scatter plot using matplotlib. So this is how we are going to do it. We are going to define the figure and axis. And then scatter is equal to plt.scatter. Then x-axis data, y-axis data, and color coded data. Now we are going to show it. LT is not defined, so we have to import the matplotlib pyplot method. It is actually subplots, plt.subplots. So as you can see, we have plotted our data successfully. The color coding is done properly. So next we are going to add legend and mouse events to this plot.
Okay, the next thing we are going to do is text labels, variables, and titles.
Okay, first let's add the labels and titles.
PLT.x label longitude.
The X label is
PLT.y
defined as longitude, Y as latitude, and
CQI.
title is given as CQI plot, and then we are also giving the
CQI
number of
CQI.
samples uh, which we have used. So as you can see, x-axis is longitude, y-axis is latitude, CQI plot title are
Title is here.
1709 samples total.
First
So
is
next we are going to add legend by using matplotlib patches
going to
method.
use m
We have to import
patches.
that first. Okay, so we are going to add two legends, red and green. Condition for red, as we have used between 0 to 7, and condition for green is 7 to 15.
This is m patches m patches paradise. For red color, we are going to
We are also going to add
declare
the low and high
location
percentage values. So we are going
location.
to first create list and then calculate the low percentage and high percentage values also.
We are going to display alongside CQI. History values percentage length of
X1 is for low percentage, X2 is for high percentage values.
this one is
Low percentage is
for
basically number of percentage of samples below 7, and high percentage is for percentage of samples between 7 to 15. Let's check. Okay, name li is not defined. We're actually using CQI, so we have to replace li with CQI again somewhere else also. Okay, CQI m patches is not defined. Some issue with, I think, import. Yes. Okay, so legend is working fine. Data is looking good. So next we are going to add the mouse event. So the moment we click on any
export.
sample, its value is going to be
Now what
displayed.
we do is add
Uh,
on click events. So
okay,
every time we click a
if we
sample,
click any sample, then the value is going to be displayed.
in display value. So we have to add some methods for that.
So we are going to use annotate method for that purpose. uh, I'm just going to copy paste the code. It will take time to
Code
write
is
all
going
those
wrong,
all
so
those
I
stuff.
just copied it from my save.
Okay, so this is the code which I am using for annotation purpose. I am keeping the annotate dot set visible false for now, since the number of samples are very high,
Now
so
we
it
have to
will
update this
increase the loading time.
value
So we are
depending
going
upon
to
the
just
mouse
display
click.
the
So
values
when
depending upon the
this
mouse
mouse
click.
action, there is a
So
difference
we also
depending
have
upon
to
the index
add an update annotate
mouse
method.
that is being clicked.
We are going to define that update annotate function first.
Now we have to add the
Okay, now we are going to define the on pick event mouse from the mouse. So let's define
we are going to use a global
the on pick event, and then the global IND which we are going to pass to update annotate function. The IND is the index which we get from the mouse click event, and we are going to use either first or last index.
using the last index.
We can use either first or last since the number of samples are overlapping. So once we click on any sample, multiple values are going to be selected. So we are going to use
So what
only
we are
one
going to
index
do is
and display
we
only
give
one
one index
value.
which show its value. So we are going to use
In this
we
case,
can
we are
use
going to use the
any
very first
first
index of the
index
list which we are
or last
going to retrieve
any.
from the mouse
So
click event.
let's use this first one. So next after getting the index value, we are going to pass this index to this update annotate function and set the annotate value. So this one
So this is the on pick event which we have defined, and we are going to connect it to mouse click mouse event handler. So MPL underscore connect is the method which connects this function to the on pick event. So let's check. Okay, one thing we have to do is add a picker in the while we are plotting the map. So in this line we are going to add a picker since we are adding a pick event. So update is not defined. I think there is some spelling mistake. Okay, update hyphen, it is underscore. Next, li is not defined. Okay, I have to replace li with CQI. Just naming mistake. Just to be sure if there is any other. Okay, we are good to go. Okay, so there were some naming spelling mistakes, so it is working fine now.
some spelling mistakes.
The as you can see, the click event is working fine. The CQI values are displayed depending upon the mouse click event. So this is how
we plot
we have plotted our data using Python, pandas, numpy, and matplotlib.
in Python.
So we are right now we are displaying only the CQI values.
Displaying CQI
We can
values.
display as many
We can add
parameters
as
as we
many
want, which
values
we have in our data frame. We can add RSRP, RSRQ,
RSRP and
SINR, downlink
RSRP,
throughput,
CQI,
uplink throughput, any data which we have in
PCI,
a data frame,
downlink
we
throughput,
can
uplink throughput.
we
Just
can
have
display
to
alongside the
all
CQI.
those
Let's
things
just add
here.
RSRQ also.
So let's just add RSRP. Add it here.
Okay. So I have to first create a list of RSRP from the RSRP column inside the data frame.
Also create a list of RSRP.
So now I'm creating that list. to display alongside CQI. If you want to display multiple parameters, multiple more parameters, then we can create the list and add it to the string. This is the name of that column, RSRP column inside the data frame. Okay, so this is how CQI and RSRP are both displayed. So guys, this is how we are going to, this is how the data is plotted using Python. I hope I was clear.
using Python.
So we can also add